Liz Plank was out, instantly said she quit, a show of support and solidarity with Blake after everything dropped. And people began looking into it.
She doesn't necessarily work in films that has much diversity.
All right, everyone, buckle up because we're diving deep into one of Hollywood's messiest dramas to date. Picture this, Robert Downey Jr., the legendary Iron Man himself, is making his big comeback to Marvel after a 5-year absence. You'd think that would be the headline, right? Wrong. The real tea here is why RDJ has made it crystal clear that he wants nothing to do with Ryan Reynolds. Yep, you heard that right. Deadpool himself got turned down. But this isn't just some casual, no, thanks. Oh no, this is a hard pass that's got all of Hollywood buzzing.
We can now all agree that the moral crimes committed here by Ryan Reynolds against Justin Baldoni have amounted to high treason.
Now, let's rewind a bit and set the stage. Ryan Reynolds, known for his quick wit and charming public persona, has been riding high on the success of his Deadpool franchise. Fans adore him, studios bank on him, and his partnership with Blake Lively makes them one of Hollywood's most powerful couples. But what if we told you that behind the charm and the jokes lies a much darker narrative? According to whispers from the grapevine, Ryan's reputation is taking a serious hit, and Robert Downey Jr. might just be the latest celeb to jump ship from the Reynolds fan club. Here's where things get spicy. Word on the street is that Ryan approached RDJ with a golden opportunity, a cameo in the upcoming Deadpool and Wolverine project. Now, let's be real. The idea of Iron Man sharing a scene with Deadpool is the kind of thing comic book fans would lose their minds over. It's box office gold, no question. But instead of signing on the dotted line, RDJ slammed the brakes, reportedly telling Ryan, thanks, but no thanks. So why would one of the most beloved actors in the world turn down what would have been a historic crossover? Well, as the story unfolds, it seems like RDJ might see through the glitz and glamour and decided to steer clear of the storm brewing around Ryan and Blake.
I have got some major scoops. I mean, everybody's talking because the sink is shipping and people want to get onto lifeboats. So let's jump right in. Welcome back to Candace.
And let's talk about that storm. Justin Baldoni, the director and actor who worked with Blake on It Ends With Us, has been at the center of a legal whirlwind with Blake and Ryan for months now. Allegations, lawsuits, counter-lawsuits. It's a full-blown Hollywood soap opera. And while Blake has accused Justin of misconduct on set, he's fired back with claims that the power couple orchestrated a smear campaign to ruin his career. And to Robert Downey Jr., who, according to insiders, didn't want to get caught in the middle of this chaotic web. Some are even speculating that RDJ's refusal to work with Ryan might be his way of quietly taking a stand, picking a side in the battle of Hollywood titans.
Creepy Baldoni, getting close to her, obviously making small chatter not in character so as not to make the scene, which didn't require dialogue, awkward.
But wait, it doesn't stop there. Reports suggest that Ryan went all out to convince RDJ to join the Deadpool project. We're talking scripts written specifically with RDJ in mind. One scene, in particular, was said to feature Iron Man and Happy Hogan, played by Jon Favreau, sharing a hilarious but pivotal moment. It was designed to be a nostalgic callback for Marvel fans, a real showstopper. Screenwriters Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick even confirmed that they had RDJ in mind from the very beginning. And yet, despite all this effort, Ryan got a flat-out no. Ouch. Now, here's the kicker. At first, the official reason for RDJ's rejection seemed innocent enough. It was rumored that he was already in talks to return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe in a completely different role, as the villainous Doctor Doom, no less. And sure, that's a valid excuse, but fans aren't buying it. The timing is just too convenient, especially with all the drama surrounding Ryan and Blake right now. Some are saying that RDJ's decision had less to do with scheduling conflicts and more to do with protecting his own reputation. After all, who wants to get tangled up with a couple who are rapidly losing their golden couple status?
You're not kidding when you say this is getting messier. The author of that book deleting her Instagram account, another who plays Baldoni's sister in the film, being harassed online.
And speaking of that status, let's dig into the Reynolds Lively dynamic. For years, Ryan and Blake have been the picture-perfect Hollywood pair. They're funny, glamorous, and seem to have it all. But lately, the cracks have started to show. Candace Owens, the outspoken commentator, recently dropped some major bombs about Ryan's behavior behind the scenes. According to her, a source close to one of Ryan's film sets revealed that he's not the easygoing guy he pretends to be. In fact, the source claims that Ryan has a controlling streak that's caused tension not just in his professional life, but in his personal one too. The source alleges that Ryan has a habit of inserting himself into every aspect of a film's production, even when it's not his place. For example, during the filming of Deadpool, he reportedly started rewriting lines, reviewing dailies, and making changes on the fly. While that level of involvement might sound like dedication, insiders suggest it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And that's not all. The source also claims that Ryan's micromanagement extended to his wife's projects. On the set of It Ends With Us, Ryan allegedly became a near-constant presence, raising eyebrows and creating tension among the cast and crew.
Genuinely, Steph, if you're watching this, I genuinely don't like Blake Lively. Like, I genuinely know, I've known she's a brat. Nobody's paying me to say this.
And then there's Justin Baldoni. The actor-director has accused Ryan and Blake of going out of their way to sabotage him. In a lawsuit filed last year, Justin claimed that Ryan issued an ultimatum to a major talent agency, essentially saying, "It's us or him." If true, this would be a game-changing revelation, showcasing just how far Ryan is willing to go to protect his and Blake's image. But here's the thing, Justin isn't backing down. He's fighting back with his own set of allegations, claiming that Ryan and Blake used their influence to blacklist him in Hollywood. It's a messy, he said, she said situation that's dragged some of the industry's biggest names into the fray.
First and foremost, I should tell you that I have a major scoop regarding Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, their newest legal plan or something that they were attempting.
Now, let's circle back to Robert Downey Jr. It's no secret that RDJ has had his fair share of ups and downs in Hollywood. From his early struggles to his triumphant comeback as Iron Man, he's built a career on resilience and reinvention. So when he says no to a project, people take notice. And this time, his decision has sparked a firestorm of speculation. Did RDJ catch wind of the drama surrounding Ryan and Blake and decide to distance himself? Did he see the writing on the wall and realize that being associated with them might do more harm than good? Or is there something even deeper at play? Something we don't yet know? Whatever the case, one thing is clear. Ryan Reynolds' nice guy image is being put to the test. From the allegations of controlling behavior to the fallout with Justin Baldoni, the cracks are becoming harder to ignore. Even Martha Stewart, who rarely wades into celebrity drama, has chimed in, calling Ryan out for not being as funny or as easygoing as people think. And while these might seem like small jabs, they add up, painting a picture of a man whose public persona might not match the reality.
I want to acknowledge that we've been through a lot lately, not just here in Los Angeles, but our entire country. Waking up every day, not knowing what news we are going to hear that will disappoint or horrify us.
And then there's Blake Lively, who's facing her own set of challenges. As the allegations pile up, her reputation as a fiercely independent and talented actress is being overshadowed by claims of manipulation and control. Some industry insiders are even speculating that Blake's behavior on set might be part of the reason why so many of her projects have faced behind-the-scenes turmoil. From reports of clashes with co-stars to accusations of power plays, it seems like Blake is as much a part of this Hollywood drama as her husband.
So it is important in times like these to have a distraction. And that's why I want to personally extend my gratitude to Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively.
Now, let's pick up where we left off and dive even deeper into this tangled web of celebrity drama. Because if you thought the Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively story couldn't get any messier, you better sit down for this. Let's talk fallout. Because Ryan and Blake's actions, whether intentional or not, have had a ripple effect that's shaking up Hollywood. First, there's the situation with Moira Baccarin, the actress who played Vanessa, Wade Wilson's love interest in Deadpool. Fans loved her in the first movie. She was witty, sharp, and brought a grounded emotional depth to the over-the-top chaos of the Deadpool universe. But then, mysteriously, her role was significantly reduced in the sequel. At the time, nobody really questioned it. Maybe it was a creative decision. Maybe there just wasn't room for her storyline in the larger narrative. But now, people are starting to connect the dots.
A 2009 Glamour UK interview by Blake Lively. She was on the cover at the time. And in her interview, she admitted to trying to poison the cast of Gossip Girl, which is where she made her name, against her co-star, Penn Badgley, who played her love interest. Dan Humphrey on the show. She said, "At first I was so upset that they had hired him, I actually poisoned the whole cast against him."
Rumors are swirling that Morena's diminished role wasn't just a coincidence. Insiders are whispering that Ryan Reynolds himself played a part in sidelining her. Allegedly, Morena had voiced some concerns during the production of the first movie. Nothing major, just the typical back and forth you'd expect on any film set. But apparently, Ryan didn't take kindly to it. According to sources, he saw her input as a challenge to his authority on set, and that was enough to sour their relationship. Fast forward to Deadpool 2, and Morna's character is written out of most of the film. Coincidence? Maybe. But the timing doesn't exactly scream innocence. It doesn't end there. Morena wasn't even allowed to attend press events for the second movie. Think about that. One of the central characters in the first film, completely absent from the promotional tour for the sequel. Fans noticed, of course, but the studio stayed silent, and Morena, ever the professional, didn't make a fuss. But now, with all these new allegations about Ryan's behavior coming to light, people are re-evaluating what really happened behind the scenes. Was Morena effectively blacklisted from her own franchise? And if so, what does that say about Ryan's influence in Hollywood?
Gentlemen, just buckle up. This is amazing. If you really want to get into how psychotic Ryan Reynolds is, the fact that he cast her as an expert for this will really clarify that for you, okay? I'm thinking, oh, it's got to be something important. No, she appeared as an expert to deliver to audiences what the definition of a bromance is.
And then there's TJ Miller, who played Weasel, Wade Wilson's best friend and bartender. TJ isn't exactly a stranger to controversy, but his falling out with Ryan has added yet another layer to this messy saga. In an interview back in 2022, TJ opened up about his experience working on the Deadpool films, and let's just say it wasn't all laughs and camaraderie. According to TG, Ryan, while in character as Deadpool, made some pretty cutting remarks about him. Now, sure, Deadpool is a character known for his biting humor and irreverence, but TJ made it clear that these comments felt personal. He described the experience as horrifically mean, adding that it left him feeling humiliated in front of the cast and crew. TJ even went so far as to say he wouldn't return for Deadpool 3, even if he were offered double the pay. And while some might chalk this up to TJ being, well, TJ, it's hard to ignore the pattern that's starting to emerge. Morena, TJ, Justin Baldoni, how many more names are going to come forward before people start asking serious questions about Ryan Reynolds?
Basically asked her to join in as a plaintiff. And what I was told was like Jenny Slate said, hell no. Her and her people have obviously gone through everything, have read the lawsuits, like a fuller picture rather than just Blake's emotions, and they do not want to go anywhere near this with a 10-foot pole.
But wait, let's shift gears for a moment and focus on Blake Lively, because she's not exactly escaping this unscathed. Blake, who has long been seen as America's sweetheart, is now facing accusations of being just as controlling and manipulative as her husband. Take, for instance, the drama surrounding the A Simple Favor sequel. This was supposed to be a straightforward project, an exciting follow-up to the original film, which was a surprise hit thanks to its dark humor and stylish twists, but instead, it's turned into yet another controversy.
And so they are behind the scenes, not just lobbying, allegedly. Jenny Slate, also Liz Plank, they are literally looking for any individual that will jump on board and solidify her statements that Justin Baldoni is a creep, and they are routinely and continually coming up dry because that's what happens when you lie.
Fans have pointed out something strange about the promotional materials for the sequel, specifically the movie poster. If you look closely, you'll notice that Blake's name is placed higher than Anna Kendrick's, despite Anna being the bigger star with a longer track record of box office success. On paper, Anna should absolutely have top billing. She's been in twice as many films as Blake, and her movies have grossed billions globally. So why is Blake's name floating above hers on the poster? Well, according to industry insiders, this might have been a power play on Blake's part. Rumor has it that she pushed for a more prominent placement, even though Anna was originally supposed to be the top-billed star. And while this might seem like a minor detail to some, it speaks volumes about the kind of behind-the-scenes maneuvering that's allegedly become a hallmark of Blake's career. She's been accused of using her influence to secure more screen time, better billing, and even creative control over projects she's involved in. And if these rumors are true, it's not hard to see why her co-stars might be less than thrilled.
As we have learned, using their former CIA agents, that they've hired them, to convince the public that the real problem in this lawsuit with Justin Baldoni is actually the fact that he's too positive.
Anna Kendrick, for her part, has been noticeably tight-lipped about the whole situation. In interviews, she's gone out of her way to avoid talking about Blake, which only adds fuel to the fire. Fans have even speculated that Anna might be trying to distance herself from Blake altogether, especially in light of the ongoing legal drama with Justin Baldoni. Could Anna be worried about getting caught in the crossfire? It's certainly possible. But perhaps the most telling moment came during a recent press junket for the sequel. When asked about working with Blake, Anna noticeably dodged the question, pivoting instead to talk about her other projects. It was subtle, but fans picked up on it immediately. On social media, people were quick to point out the awkwardness, with some suggesting that Anna might be quietly signaling her disapproval of Blake's behavior.
Which began, in my view, when Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively worked with the New York Times to pretend that they were being victimized by the fact that Justin Baldoni did not want to hand over his movie.
And then there's the matter of Justin Baldoni. Blake's feud with Justin has been dominating headlines for months now, and it's not hard to see why. The allegations flying back and forth between the two are shocking, to say the least. Blake has accused Justin of creating a toxic environment on the set of It Ends With Us, while Justin has countered with claims that Blake and Ryan orchestrated a campaign to ruin his career. It's a legal and PR battle that shows no signs of slowing down, and the fallout is starting to affect everyone involved. Take Isabella Ferrer, for example. The young actress, who played a younger version of Blake's character in It Ends With Us, has found herself unwittingly dragged into the drama. Fans have noticed that during press events for the film, Blake often dominated the conversation, barely giving Isabella a chance to speak. Some have even accused Blake of overshadowing Isabella on purpose, perhaps to ensure that the spotlight stayed firmly on her. And while Isabella has been nothing but gracious in her public comments, it's clear that the situation has put her in an awkward position.
To your point, Megan, I mean, the silence of the people who worked with her the longest on the previous show tells you everything you need to know.
Even more troubling are the allegations that Blake pressured other cast members to take sides in her feud with Justin. According to Justin's legal team, some of the cast members who initially supported him have since distanced themselves, allegedly, at Blake's urging. And while it's impossible to know for sure what's happening behind the scenes, the optics aren't great. It raises questions about the lengths to which Blake might be willing to go to protect her image. And let's not forget about Ryan's role in all of this. While Blake has been front and center in the feud with Justin, Ryan hasn't exactly been sitting on the sidelines. In fact, Justin has accused Ryan of using his influence to sabotage his career, claiming that Ryan pressured a major talent agency to drop him. If true, this would be a staggering abuse of power, one that could have serious implications for Ryan's reputation in Hollywood.
They believe that it's a continuation of the smear campaign that Blake initially claims happened while they were promoting the film.
But here's the thing, Hollywood loves a comeback story. And while Ryan and Blake are undoubtedly facing some of the biggest challenges of their careers, it's not impossible for them to bounce back. The question is, will they? Or will this string of controversies prove too much for even their carefully crafted public personas to withstand? As more details emerge, one thing is clear. This story is far from over. With lawsuits, allegations, and behind-the-scenes drama continuing to unfold, it seems like every day brings a new twist in the tale. And with so many big names involved, the stakes couldn't be higher. So what do you think? Are Ryan and Blake the victims of a smear campaign, or is the truth finally coming to light? And how will Hollywood's golden couple navigate this storm? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and as always, stay tuned for more updates on this developing story.